Hello, everybody. This is Jack and Cleary, and I am talking about the Subaru telescope today. This is an extra credit project, and I'd never heard much about the Subaru telescope, so it was really interesting getting to learn all these new things about it, and I'm really excited to talk to a little bit about what I learned to all of you. So, coming in here, let's start with talking about the size and the type of telescope the Subaru telescope is. So we had the choice between ground-based and air-based. I decided to go ground-based. So the Subaru telescope is a ground-based telescope, and it's located in Mauna Kea, Hawaii, in the United States. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The Subaru telescope was ranked the 9th largest ground base in all of the world in 2024, and it measured in at 8.4 meters, and despite being 9th largest in the whole world, it was the 5th largest in the United States alone. So, piggybacking a little bit off of what I was just talking about with the US, let's focus only on the US ground-based telescopes for a minute and get a little comparison. So the biggest ground-based telescope in the U.S. is the 30-meter telescope, and in the name we can see it's 30 meters in size. It's located in that same area in Hawaii as the Subaru is, as you'll see with a lot of these telescopes. The second largest ground-based is the Hobby Eberly telescope. It's 10 meters in size, and it's located in Davis Mountain in Texas. The Keck 1 and Keck 2 are the third largest ground-based telescopes in the U.S. They're actually tied for second. They're also 10 meters in size, and they're also located in Mauna Kea in Hawaii. So you'll see that's a very popular location. Fourth and fifth are a tie, with the Subaru being included. So the large binocular telescope is 8.4 meters in size, and it's located in the Pinalo Mountains in Arizona. And of course, we have the Subaru telescope, also 8.4 meters in size, located in that same area in Hawaii. So on the bottom here, you'll just kind of see the 30 meter. There's just the names of the 5 telescopes with just a little table showing the names and how big they are. Okay, let's dive a little bit into the details of the Subaru telescope and what I learned. So the Subaru telescope is a single mirror type of telescope, and it is described as a smaller version of the Gemini telescope. This telescope has multiple state-of-the-art technologies. The first were the multi-object infrared camera and spectrograph, and a cooled mid-infrared camera and spectrometer. These allow the telescope to view multiple targets at once, and an example of those they talked about were interstellar dust. So being able to see multiple objects at once is obviously a very, very useful thing, and that's what the Subaru provides us to do. Along with this, there is a system that the Subaru has a high contrast imaging, and this makes it possible to see direct pictures of exoplanets, which is another, again, useful thing that the Subaru can provide. And you'll see kind of on the left here in this picture, I talked about the different, I didn't talk about it, just highlights the different kind of cool technologies within this telescope. Really fascinating to look at. So just some other facts here to end about the Subaru telescope that I found interesting. The Subaru telescope is one of the most rare operational telescopes in the world, and what makes it so rare is you can actually use it with the unaided eye, which is not common in a lot of telescopes. Due to its uncanny large field view, it's able to gather light at a very powerful level, and this makes it so it's a good candidate to be used for wide field surveys. Along with this, like I said, we noticed earlier it's found at the Mauna Kea Observatory, and that's not alone in itself that unique. But this Subaru telescope is actually governed by the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan, which of course you think is something in Hawaii, you wouldn't really think of that to be the governing body. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It's named after the cluster of stars called Pleiades. And like we said, due to its large field view and light gathering, the Subaru is actually being used to try to find the 9th predicted planet in the solar system. So pretty unique stuff here that we haven't found this 9th planet yet, and we're trying to use the Subaru telescope to hopefully help us find and predict where that planet's going to be. So really cool stuff here, honestly, being done with the Subaru telescope. And then just a little wrap up here. Here's the source I used for all this. This is a very fun project, very interesting. I know so little about telescopes, but what these do is it really puts into perspective how amazing these objects are, and I really hope to become more familiar with them as my life goes and hopefully use them more, honestly. So thank you all so much for watching. This was very fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed getting to know more about the Subaru telescope.